Alright, April 29th today, day 26 of Prehistoric Bonsai's epic repotting season. I'm just gonna keep opening every video with some shots of these apricot flowers until they stop being so beautiful. I just can't get enough of them. Anyways, there's a couple of repots I want to do today if I have time. Everything's looking really good after the cold temperature the last couple nights. I just gave some things their first round of fertilizer and then everything else plain water. So the gray alder back here leafing out like crazy. So are these mountain ashes. I gave them some fertilizer. Same with the Ohio buckeye, all the pines, my maples I started doing there. Yeah, I gave a little bit to the spruce there, even though it's just starting to green up. A few other things like the maples that are opening up down here. Same with that spruce. This one I called a spruce, but it's a balsam fir. Yep, a couple other things opening up. That mountain ash too. So everything else I just gave water. I'll do some more repotting over there soon enough, but one thing I want to get done right now actually is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Get these Norway maples into pots. I've had these growing in there. They started as seeds. I think it's been 3 years maybe, at least 2, but I think probably 3 years. I used to have more in there, but they all died off. The two on the left are just cuttings from the tops of these two. I cut those off back in like November or something, I think. December maybe, I don't know. And then just put them in the soil there. So I'm not expecting them to have roots, but I really need to get these ones done right now because they're already leafing out. Otherwise it'll be too late, and I really want to get them out of that nasty old soil. Oops. And I want to nice. And I want to use this pot for something else. Actually, I want to put my large spruce in there. That green pot is much too small for it at this stage of its life. I just want it to grow big and strong, and then I can worry about putting it into a bonsai pot later. I mean, this isn't a bonsai pot obviously, but it's much too small to be training it in. So I'll put it in there after I do this. Okay, I'll get the camera set up and get everything out of there. I think there's some sun flare action going on. Well, I'll just get some of this stuff out of the way. There are a couple things growing in here. I forget what they are. They might be like a wild grape or something. Can't remember exactly. These are my raspberries. There's 4 shoots that are living. The main one from last year died off, so I'll cut that back soon enough. Okay, I think I'm just gonna reorganize myself. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, so because this is gonna be just kind of old, gross, organic soil, pretty sure there's worms and a bunch of other nice stuff in here. Oh, and actually, yeah, I forgot, I'll make up a pot for it, but there is a little oak that looks like it's alive. It's been chewed on by squirrels for years. So yeah, a little bit surprised that it's alive, but it looks like there's a bud right at the top. Anyways, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna get this out of there. It's not like the soil is very deep, but okay, actually it comes out pretty easy. Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. Oh my god, gross. I put clay at the bottom for whatever reason. That's just pure clay. I don't know if I thought it would. Well, the roots actually grew down into it pretty well, but I think maybe I used that. Oh, there's a spider crawling along over there. Oh yeah, there's gonna be lots of interesting things in here, I think. Okay, I'll just relocate this spider to one of my other trees. Keep eating all the bugs. Oops. There we go. You can hang out with the raspberries for now. Okay. I'll try to get all this clay out of there. I'm just gonna have to rip most of the roots that are in it. Wow. What a strange thing to do, huh? Yeah, this was like one of my first bonsai decisions. Very bad one. Yeah, it was about 3 years ago. Yeah, because I was living in my first house with my wife. We've moved a few times since then. I didn't have a lot of potting soil, and I wanted, you know, the roots to go deeper than just what I had here. So I guess I put the clay in the bottom, not just for, you know, to clog up the big drainage holes, because those are only around the edges, but must have thought it would have helped somehow. Anyways. Well, remind me to never do this again, that's for sure. Pretty sure I probably wouldn't have done it again anyways. I had forgotten completely that I had done this. No wonder that pot was so heavy. There wasn't too much soil in it, or so I thought. Forgot that the one tree is really close to the edge. Might have just broken off a bud or two. It's unfortunate. But maybe not. I'm gonna be a little bit more aggressive with this and just start ripping roots. Yeah, that was that cutting. Did not grow any roots as expected. I don't know if anybody wants to, watch this in a video. I'm sure I'll just end up skipping over all of, or most of this anyways. So I won't really be doing any talking. I'll just skip over it. Nobody wants to see me pulling clay out of soil, right? Maybe I can just do this a little bit for the camera. Expose those roots a bit. See what I'm working with. Ooh, what's going on in there? This is going to be a pretty long, tedious job. Maybe I'll even turn off the camera till I get these roots fully exposed and all this bad soil out of there. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing that. I don't really feel like being constrained by the camera angle here also. A little difficult on the back. Pretty sure everything's on camera anyways. I can't actually see the screen. Okay. I'll keep digging this out and then I'll pop them onto the repotting table and then I'll be back. Alright, well there's the aftermath. The other cutting didn't have any roots, of course. Pretty nasty soil in there, very organic stuff, but the root systems they produced were pretty wild. Not bad at all. I'm gonna cut most of them off and then see if it lives. Yeah, go ahead and do that one, and then this one. I think I'm at Norway Maple number 5 for the big one and number 6 for the small one. I'm gonna put them into these fairly small pots, so I'm gonna have to do lots of root chopping. Okay, I'll do number 5 first, the bigger one. Just clean it off a little bit. Just kind of clean the parts where I'm going to be cutting, just to, save my pruners from the pain. I think what I'll do is cut off this big tap root because everything just grows that direction anyways. It's a really one-sided root system. There's nothing growing out this whole half pretty much. But, oh well, I'm gonna chop this way back to there. See you later. There's a bunch of roots gone. Still quite a bit left. Now what is left, I'm just going to shorten. Yeah, even though now it's just a big mess in there. Let's see. This one I'll shorten back to these small ones coming out. That can stay. This to there. And then the thin roots I'll prune back with the scissors later because they'll be, you know, a little dirtier. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, there's this weird like jelly stuff that kind of formed in this soil. I don't know. It's very strange. I never really understood what it was, but it's kind of gross. Anyways, this one I'm going to prune way back to this thin root. Those are okay. I think that's enough cutting of the thick roots. All I'm going to do now is just cut off what I need to so I can fit everything in the pot. Just kind of go like this. Yeah, I think that'll do. Get this planted really deep off to the one side as much as possible so I can get some roots growing out that way. Actually, to do that, I'm going to shorten this part even more. Back to these other thin roots right there. Oops. Yeah, that gives just a little bit more space. And I'll try and, that's not going to work really. I'm going to try and twist one of those roots at least around that way. Maybe. Yeah, not important. What is important is just keeping this tree alive until I can cut off the rest of these bad roots. Just plant it like that. That soil nice and far down into those roots. It wasn't a great root system, but there was a fair amount of root in there, so there's going to be some air pockets. And I think that will do. Well, as usual, let's hope I didn't cut off too many roots. And this thing can keep on living. I think that's kind of a cool planting angle for it. Okay, so that was Norway Maple number 5. To number 6 next, which is also very one-sided. Both of these were growing just right up against the edge of the large pot they came from. Okay, time for a lot more chopping. I'm gonna take the taproot all the way back to here. Just straight, you know, horizontal cut-ish for now. Those will get shortened. There. This one to there. There's hardly any roots coming out of this one. I'm just going to bring it way back to there. Okay, ruthless. Whole bunch of roots met their end today. Okay, so again, I'll just prune kind of to the perimeter of the pot. Like that. Won't worry about the root directions too much. Just keeping this thing alive is the name of the game. And you can see this one, at least, is fleshing out quite a bit, but the roots didn't really have, you know, any white growing tips at the ends, so the roots hadn't been activated yet, even though there was a lot of top growth. So that's good to know for these Norway maples. I can repot them later than I thought I could. Okay, and there it is, Norway maple number 6. Alright, well here's the final spin of the trees. So there's Norway maple number 5. I think it's fairly interesting. This bud died off for whatever reason, but there's a really strong one coming up this way. That'll be a good direction for a leader. A couple more coming here, a few more. Bunch of buds along the trunk. So that's pretty cool. And then here's number 6, Norway maple number 6. I think it's also pretty cool. Very strong growth, 4 main branches coming out the top. You know, this was it's kind of really straight. So I think if this one was the next leader, that would be really cool. I could do that and then kind of start the branching off up in that area. Yep. So I think, yeah, I think something like that is the fronts for both of these trees. Looks good to me. Why don't we say hello to that apricot tree in the back? There we go. All right, that's it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Cheers.